I think you've got some content that you maybe want to share with our listeners. Is that right? Kind of walk us through a little bit of more about kind of like what you're actually saying and doing in the schools. So
All the
for those
stuff you
who,
built. Sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
those who are like, what are these presentations about? I know you mentioned the summit out in the
yeah,
Innovated Schools Summit in Vegas. You're welcome to, maybe if you want to start there or just jump into your stuff, that's fine.
yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know if our listeners necessarily know about these things, but
Yeah,
Yeah, and we'll
yeah,
link this stuff too. We'll
yeah,
link it so if
yeah.
people
sure.
want to check it out, they can go to your stuff.
I'll share my screen here. So from the presentations were the start of it, and then it formed into this training, and this is the majority of what I do. I still, if people come to me and say, "Hey, can you give a presentation?" I can do that.
Yep.
But the presentation turned into this because people are really good at giving ideas, and ideas are fantastic, but they mean absolutely nothing without any actual solutions or next steps. So that the first presentation was a lot of ideas, but what it was really, really good at was that mental shift from ignore this, I don't want to deal with this, like this is scary, to okay, this is here, it's here to stay, I can use it to my ability, and I have to prepare my students for a future where they have an AI tool that's so much better. So that is how it started. And then from that, it's like, okay, what are the next steps from that? And then with the training, so session one of the training, it's broken up into four sections, and they're each an hour long, kind of each like 4 presentations. But session 2, 3, and 4 are more hands-on with ChatGPT. So session one is a lot like the presentation I was giving. It's pretty much the same thing, getting them to shift mentally and kind of motivating them to learn. And then session 2 goes into, we talked about those AI resistant content, creating questions that are more AI resistant, or for elementary teachers that their students might not have the tech literacy. It's more just, we call it just critical thinking questions, improving that thinking, stopping and thinking before we're giving out assignments. If a student were to go home with this, would they simply be able to plug it into ChatGPT and be done? And then session 3, we talk about how to ethically integrate AI into the classroom, and how it's a slow drip. I'm not here telling them to have all their students hop on artificial intelligence, hop on ChatGPT. No, it's more, okay, how can we start it off? Like maybe just the teacher having it on the board, maybe a group project where they have to collaborate while using ChatGPT, things of that nature. And then session 4 going into how they can actually use it to streamline their efficiency, kind of like we talked about, just emails, lesson planning, things of that nature. And all of this is done through ChatGPT, all ChatGPT prompts to create all the AI resistant questions and AI tools. And those AI resistant questions and AI tools from the prompt library, this is absolutely free to any educator out there. There's dozens and dozens of prompts on here that are used throughout the training, but they're just free out there.
Yeah, very cool.
AI resistant questions, in-class activity, class projects, lesson planning, creating syllabuses, creating rubrics, personal growth. These are all things that they're all documents that are ChatGPT prompts that they can simply plug into ChatGPT. And that's all free out there for teachers, as well as a library of AI tools that are used throughout the training, but they're free to the public as well here. But
Teachers like free stuff. That's
yes,
cool.
so that's why I wanted to make sure, if a teacher goes to a school that doesn't necessarily take into account AI's existence, but they still want to learn more, they're still able to there.
Okay.
But that's huge. A student who goes to a school that admits AI is here and takes into account AI's existence and kind of changes the way they're doing things because AI exists, they're going to set their student up for way more success than a school who ignores it. They're setting up that student for a troubling future compared to the student who has those critical thinking abilities to withstand technology's advancements.
The bot.